I mean, again, I think it's a lovely gesture to put a cucumber through somebody's letterbox. And I mean, why do we need to inform people about it? Who doesn't love a surprise cucumber through their mailbox?
Especially if we can get googly eyes to put on it.
Yes, exactly. Is that a cucumber in your letterbox, or are you just happy to see me? Right. Anyway, on that lovely note, we are going to now proceed onto the Celeste run on Bongos if our runner is ready and if tech is not exploding, which you never know.
I mean, there's no smoke, so I'm guessing there's no fire, and therefore no explosion.
Give it a second to rise. I mean, we did just do the transition, but we are still back to. Actually, no, we have got webcam now, and we are in company of R0bit.
Yep. He's doing, doing a little dance for us.
Yeah.
Gotta say, love the dedication to the theme. It's great outfit.
The dedication is amazing, and it's something we love to see year on year. Last year was the Kirby vending machine. This year is Donkey Kong with his bongos out. That sounds awful now that I say that out loud. All right, it looks like we're ready to get into the run. Okay, R0bit, are you ready? Okay, I cannot hear runner.
Hello, hello. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, that's
perfect.
Maybe move your mic a little further away. You're quite loud. There you go.
Perfect. All right. I am DK. We got the bongos. Let's get into it. Am I good to start? All right, 3, 2, 1. So everything is going to be on the bongos. I'm not going to be touching the keyboard in front of me. This does mean we have a very, very, very scuffed control scheme, as the bongos does not have many inputs, which for a game like Celeste is not quite what you're supposed to be doing. So I've written a little script so we can actually play it on the bongos, and the inputs are very simple. There is a left button, a right button, an up button, a down button, and a button to stop grabbing onto a wall, which is all you need for a game in Celeste. You don't need to do anything else, right? Unfortunately, we do, because there is jumping. There you go, 6 inputs. There is jumping, there is dashing, so we needed to find a workaround. And the way we do this is a combination of inputs. So a left and a right input lets me jump, and all 4 buttons on top let me do a dash. So that is the main premise. Now, there is a 6th input, which is the clap. That's really noisy. Okay, I'm just gonna skip this. That's really noisy, unfortunately. So I'm not using that today, but it is always a bit of a laugh. The way things work is if I hold some buttons before I input a combination, it will maintain those inputs. That's how I'm able to, say, jump to the left, jump to the right, pick a direction to dash in, and yeah. Don't expect like super fast speed run. I'm not very good. I don't speed run. I just play bongos. There is nothing more I need, to be honest with you. I'm not sure I can hear you, Will, if you're speaking.
Maybe we might go a bit closer.
So Will, who is my commentator, was one of my housemates when we ended up getting the bongos. So he's also had plenty of opportunity to play with the bongos. And I'm sure once we can hear him, we may get some more insight into the bongos other than just me rambling on to myself. I have gotten a lot of people here to try the bongos, because it's always very fun to watch people try. I'm not sure what anyone expects, but I think the general idea is the bongos are much harder than anyone was ever expecting them to be, because I'm not sure why. They are the most ergonomic, they're just simply the best. They're extremely ergonomic, they don't cause any pains whatsoever. They have enough buttons to do everything. I can hear you, I think.
You can hear me? Oh, hello.
Yeah, they have enough buttons to do everything. What do you need, to be honest?
Yeah, if you have never used the DK bongos before, it might not be obvious, but there are actually 4 buttons on top. Each bongo drum has 2 buttons, 1 on top, 1 on bottom. no game really makes use of that, I think, as far as we know.
No,
Maybe there were
no,
plans to do that, or there's some other reason, but it's very helpful in terms of making games with more inputs work with it.
It is indeed, because I think with only 3 buttons, it would be much trickier to ever do anything. Now, Celeste is very much a speed game, so despite not actually being I didn't quite get it. Despite not being a speedrunner, I do know some tech just from having played this game for far too much, and I'm failing all of it. I want to try. So there's a lot of tech. There's
Should I explain some of the tech?
Yeah, go for it.
So I think 2 of the biggest techs you'll see are supers and is it hypers?
Yeah, yeah.
It's been so long since I played this game. A super is when you do a horizontal dash along the ground and then jump out a bit. It lets you get quite a bit of distance with your jump. A hyper is the same thing, but you do a diagonal dash into the ground instead. It lets you go a lot further. Supers generally help you go a bit higher. And that's very proficient with the bongos, so you can do them.
Yeah, I try where I can. There's only one like actual speedrun strat I'll probably end up doing in Chapter 5, but most of the game is probably going to be played relatively normally for anyone who's got enough hours in the game. So, as long as I don't... So one thing we do have on is inverted grab. That's just because you need to grab the game, grab walls and things in this game enough where it's easier to have it on by default rather than have it off by default.
It does make areas like some of the rooms in this chapter where there's lots of very more claustrophobic rooms. It's quite difficult or annoying to just catch yourself in a bunch of the walls.
It also makes Chapter 5 very fun, which you will be seeing shortly, as I need to extensively use the grab button, which unfortunately for me there is no easier way of doing it than using my foot, but we will get there in due course.
Spoilers. Gotta keep them interested, I guess. Excited.
Oh. So, as Wallum did with his, I will be doing a... Every death I get is a £1 donation. If you are sadistic, you can join along. Hopefully I'm not going to die too many times, but it's not looking good right now. There we go. I forgot that was there.
Close one.
Okay. There we go. There you go, and that's basically the hard part of Chapter 2 done. So in order to only use the bongos, I have bound all buttons to enter the menu screen. That's fine for now, but in the Theo section in Chapter 5, it can become slightly annoying, as I need to use dashes along with grabbing Theo and whatnot. So later on you may see me accidentally pause a few times. Just ignore it, don't worry about it. It's not an issue. And that is Chapter 2 done, which means we are now on to the painful Chapter 3 for anyone who has played the game casually.
There are only 4 games that utilize the DK bongos, but with some work and determination.
We can add plenty more. So I know we played Rocket League on the Bongos. He actually scored a goal, I'm pretty sure.
You're right. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
But the event of someone scoring a goal was a huge celebration. I remember very clearly now.
There you go.
I remember when we were coming up with the control scheme for this, and there was a bit of a debate about whether, so like, up is the top right button and down is the top left button, and I believe it was decided that because upright dashes are generally the most common dash you do. When you're pressing a button and you have to press the up buttons simultaneously to get the dash in, it intuitively makes sense to like press both buttons on the right whenever you want to dash right. That makes sense. I'm struggling to explain it, but like,
That's fine.
yeah, it was a journey coming up with this controller config.
So in this chapter, there are these, I think they're called dust bunnies. Touch them, you die, it's that simple. And then there's the little like wriggly worms that spawn them after you touch that part of the platform. It's also very cycle-based, which for someone like me who absolutely hates learning cycles, just means I'm going to wing 90% of this and hope I get it. So expect a lot of deficit. But that's the joy of it, isn't it? We're also getting to Big Mess soon, or whatever it's called, which is another horrible time on the Bongos because of the inverted grab.
If you come out of this run craving more Bongo content, do go back to last 2022 and watch the Chapter 9 farewell with the Bongos. That is when they made their debut.
That is.
It is a very treasured moment in West history.
So that was Mr. Ashura. We don't care what he says, but he's basically not kept very good care of this hotel, which is what we're actually meant to be in. So we're going to help clean it up for him. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. Right, guys?
Out of curiosity, do you always do the, because in this chapter, this particular section, you can do there's 3 sections you can choose to do, and the order you do them slightly changes how they are, so each time Matt hits one of these, it will tidy up parts of the hotel, and the other sections will become slightly harder because they have less platforms. Do you have a particular order that you do these in?
Whichever one is closest. It is that simple. There is no logic to it whatsoever. I don't know what...
That's what I thought.
I don't know what the fastest route is, or if there is a particular strategy to it. There's no rhyme or reason in this run.
We
simply play on the Bongos and have a good time.
That's how Donkey Kong plays.
That's how Donkey Kong would want it. Of course, I am Donkey Kong. Just look at me.
Exactly. I hope the viewers are happy. We have to pay a lot of money to get.
Oh, I didn't get a crystal. So, for anyone who's not aware, these dash crystals replenish your dash. Normally you have to touch the ground first, but with those we're able to get it back slightly earlier.
We should talk about the postcard earlier in the game said the Donkey Kong Bongos have 6 inputs. Did we mention the 6th one?
I think I briefly mentioned the clap,
Right.
but as I think I mentioned, it is too noisy. Before we had it, so that was the means of opening up the menu, but it meant there was plenty of times where I'd accidentally open the menu just through playing the game, which is obviously not very nice. So
Yeah, I think it worked reasonably well enough until we actually got to the speedrun venue, and then you were like, we can't do
Yeah.
this.
it was unfortunate because having to clap to do an input was always very funny. But alas. If at any point you are interested in what an actual speedrun of this game looks like, I know it has been a part of multiple WASDs before, so you can always view a VOD to see how competent people on competent control schemes play the game. I'm sure it's not much different because, of course, Donkey Kong Bongos are some of the best input schemers to ever grace the earth.
I think this is the fastest I've seen this game.
So we have now helped him clear up everything, which is always nice. I hate that room. I'm happy I didn't die.
Oh, nice thing.
And I thought I messed it up for a second. Just getting stuck, don't mind me. I'm not gonna lie, I can't even remember what the story is in this game regarding Ishiro. I just know he like has a... Oh, he's a ghost, isn't he? Spoilers.
I couldn't tell you, man. It's been way too long since I played this casually.
So, for some reason, he's not very happy with us trying to help him out. That's all I remember. But we hate him, so we're gonna help him out either way. And I think we're almost done helping him out, to be honest. So he's just up here. Now, this cutscene is something. We actually have a like evil alter ego person, that person that appeared on the screen for a second. She's caused a bunch of issues for us, and now Ashiro absolutely hates us and wants us dead. You know, the normal stuff. So we are having to run away and hopefully not die.
A fun mod. Sure, everywhere. It's just the whole game.
Yeah, there is a lot of modded content in this game as well that doesn't involve the bongos, unfortunately. But certainly if you've not played Celeste, it is one for everyone to play. The modded content includes things for people who have never touched a game in their life to people who want the most extreme input precision that you could possibly imagine. So I think this is the final room, chapter 3, which is a really long one, so dying on this is really annoying. And there we are, chapter 3 is now done. We can relax a bit as there's no more of the time-based attacks for now. Don't worry about that, that's just the Wikipedia for the Donkey Kong Bongos. Or Donkey Kong? I can't remember exactly.
I believe it was for the Donkey Kong Bongos self. Bongo self.
Can I make that? No. So the gimmick in this chapter is we've got these orbs that effectively give us a dash in a set location. And on top of that, there is wind, which is very annoying. And later on, we'll see some clouds, which we can bounce off of and go very high. There are movable blocks, and finally some snowballs that will try and kill me right at the end. Because apparently everything just hates you in this game. Not sure why.
If anyone watching chat has suggestions for what would be a good game to play on the Bongos, please let us know.
We are always listening.
Very curious.
At the same time, if you have in chat never experienced the Donkey Kong Bongos, go out, get some. It's definitely worth the money, I'm sure.
Go to your local CEX.
Go to your local CAX,
There's
look
a
for Donkey
5%
Konga.
chance you might find it. If they don't have it, ask if they have one in the bag.
Like, Nintendo cooked when they were making the Bongos. I don't think they've done anything close to the, anything close to just the magnificence of the Donkey Kong Bongos.
Their whimsy level went down. They fell off.
Do you want to have you recanted the story of the Bongos, why we've got them?
As hazy as it is in my mind, all I can really remember is like me, R0bit, and Java, who did want to come stay but couldn't make it, unfortunately. We went to CEX. We used to live together when we were here at the University of Warwick. Went to CEX, saw the Bongos, and thought, well, it has to be done. I don't really remember much else beyond that, to be honest.
I think it was I had, oh, what am I doing? Dying, apparently. It was conveniently right after I'd watched a video about someone making a keyboard from the Donkey Kong Bongos. I thought, we can cook here, surely. And then on the walk back to our house, we'd thought about what games we could play. Celeste was...
Yeah, I think we half came up with the controller bindings on the walk home.
Yeah, exactly that. And everyone in the house very much loved playing. Everyone in the house very much loved playing on the Bongos. I know you did. I know I did. I know Adam did. no one had any issues with the bongos. Everyone innately understood how to play on the DK bongos because, you know, it's a very intuitive input system.
We've got a message in chat from Angelical Chord 56 that says, Matt playing Celeste on the bongos was my first introduction to the game. Now I've got 200 out of 202 berries. That is inspiring.
Not quite 202 though. Don't ask about how many berries I have.
We were looking at GameCube games and saw a copy of Donkey Konga. That's it. We saw the copy of Donkey Konga, and then looking closer at the label, it said with bongos, and we just like popped off, like no way. And then I remember now, we took it up to them, to the staff, and said like, it comes with Donkey Kong bongos, and they seemed a little confused initially. Then someone else came over and said, no, I think I've got them in the back.
If I remember correctly, they were really excited that someone was finally buying the DK
Yes,
bongos.
that's it.
They were so happy that this piece of perfection, this piece of history, was finally going into the hands of some new users.
I didn't see it like this.
Oh, I almost messed up that. There we go. I got the berry though.
Right.
And we are done with chapter 5. Wait, 4.
Making our way into the most exciting chapter, I think.
Yeah, because this is where I am unfortunately going to need to get my foot ready soon. So as mentioned earlier, we have inverted grab on. So we grab using the button here. We don't need to grab too much during the run, but this section has a companion, Theo, which I've been ignoring this entire time. And he, silly Billy, he got himself trapped. So we need to go and help him out. And unfortunately, we do this by picking him up and throwing him a bunch of places. I don't really have enough hands to do that, so we've employed what we've dubbed foot strat, which is to simply get my foot up and press the button with my big toe and hope everything goes well. It's not used as much here, so it's only used in this chapter, but in Farewell it did see a lot more usage. So again, if you want to see Farewell, where I end up having to do jelly vators and whatnot, look in the WASD VODs, I believe it was 2022, and
Did you basically have your foot up for the whole of that run?
a lot of it, yeah. A lot of my run, I was just foot on my lap in the hopes that I could get something working.
I also see that Theo is quite chatty. He has some interesting things to say.
Oh, I didn't mean to dash that. That was silly. So these orbs, you can dash to shoot them off slightly earlier. Nice thing about that is when you're timing something like those spikes, it lets you quickly get through them. I accidentally misread how long I was in and ended up just dashing to my death. Oh, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep. So this is the introduction to, I can't even remember what these guys are called. Some like monstery thing that wants you dead. Again, everything in this game just wants you dead. It's not very complicated. These guys dash, and our first introduction is playing as them. From now on, we are not playing as them, obviously, but we will be seeing them come after us in a second. Bunch of cutscenes that I don't care about. I have to be careful there, because if I press the wrong button, I can just accidentally retry, or hopefully not, but save and quit and whatnot. But hopefully I won't be doing something as silly as that. So these guys will try and chase you and do a long dash to kill you. So we're going to be avoiding them, but we can use them to help us get these keys that will open doors for us, which is quite nice. So they're not completely evil, you know. They have some uses. Some of them are nice if we train them properly. You can also bounce on their head, a bit like you may have seen me do with R0 and the snowballs earlier. That will also give us a dash back. For some reason, they count as a floor. Why not? What am I doing?
Coming up kind of soon is the hardest strat that we'll go for on this run. It's a pretty big skip, and it involves doing a reverse super. So super, as I described earlier, is doing a horizontal dash along the floor and then jumping, getting long distance. But if you don't have enough room to do the super, you can do a reverse super where you initially dash in one direction and then quickly hold the other direction to move that way, and sort of reuse the floor to get enough space to do a dash and then do the super. So I'm going to do it right here.
Oh, I almost got a first try. That would have been good.
Almost. He does have to awkwardly press the ungrab button.
No, I don't have to do it for this.
Really not. Oh, that makes sense.
Oh. It's just a little precise. So, there we go. When I press an input, if I hold it down for about 50 milliseconds, then it will maintain the input if I include it in a combo. The annoying thing with that is, in order to do the reverse super, I sort of need to awkwardly hold onto and let go of buttons to get it to have any chance of working. Which is why it's slightly awkward to do on the bongos. But that's the only actual speedrunning trick I think I do in this run. Everything else is just pretty standard gameplay for, you know, average bongo enjoyers. Oh yeah, well, average gameplay for a bongo enjoyer. And we're getting to Theo, so I'm going to need to get ready. So as mentioned earlier...
Dang girl, you can bongo. I feel like Diddy Kong right now.
We have taken some creative liberties.
Oh, I hope you noticed these gremlins.
We decided to have some fun with this copy of Celeste, just because... Oh, it's fine. Just because... what's a Celeste run without a little bit of fun?
What's next, K-Rool?
I cannot believe I lived there. Almost. So, Theo is very annoying to control because
You're using your foot.
because I'm using my foot, unfortunately. But you can sort of preserve a bit of momentum if you dash and then pick him up, which is what you're seeing me attempt to do, at least. Which,
E to the O to the N to the G. That's something.
almost forgot the O.
I think there'll be bananas at the summit.
I don't know, there may be bananas at the summit. Oh, I dropped the O. No. The other thing is, when you pick up the O, you're sort of locked in a little animation slightly, which means, oh, I got the fling. That works. There we go. Okay, this room is also annoying because I can very easily accidentally pause it. Or just miss entirely. Or do that. So ideally, you have the platform ready at the end, but for some reason, developers didn't take into account control schemes which make this sort of timing a little bit more awkward. There we go.
We have to be close. Let's taste them. How are you feeling about the £1 per definite?
After this, very worried. I thought it'd be like farewell, you know. Farewell somehow went well. I forgot how awful Chapter 5 is. Oh, this is not looking good. It's fine, it's for a good cause, right?
You're just such a kind guy.
I am, that's all this is. Okay, let's just get rid of him. And run. There we go. And we're finally at the end. I'm not looking forward to seeing the death count on this. And there we go.
So next chapter introduces the golden feathers. Might want to
Oh, that's fine.
take a quick look at them. Take a close look at them when they appear. Remember to donate for Waz's 10th anniversary.
Don't forget. Oh, that's a strange looking feather.
It looks kind of tasty.
It does look kind of tasty. I think I know who might like these types of feathers. There's someone in the last chapter who is, you know, itching for some. So in this chapter, we get Kevin blocks. They're very simple. You hit them and they move. We also have the feathers, or changed to bananas at the moment. Thank you very much, Adam.
Credit to Java
Credit to Java.
creating the sprites with the golden bananas. We couldn't complete this run without them.
It wouldn't be a DK run without some bananas. I'm gonna lie, I've never played a DK game.
Played Donkey Konga.
I did play Donkey Konga, you're right. But there weren't many bananas in Donkey Konga, so...
I think if you're measuring yourself as a DK fan, having the bongos outweighs any other classifier.
I don't know. I'm sure some people would disagree. They'd find some way to say I'm not a true DK enjoyer.
I hope we don't see anyone like that.
So one annoying thing about the inverted grab is if you dash too far away from the Kevin blocks, they actually just don't work, and you'll just grab onto them instead. Which makes some brooms very annoying in this chapter, but hopefully we'll be alright. We'll see.
Obviously, Matt knows the fastest path here, so he's going to choose the fastest
Oh, of course. I definitely forget or remember that there is more than one path in this. And I've obviously chosen the absolute optimal path and don't just eyeball it every single time I play this. Because who would be dumb enough to eyeball anything?
Putting work into your speedruns is overrated, I think.
So I remember when we first got the bongos, some people asked how I was able to do feathers on them. And the simple answer is I played this game on keyboard, so the feathers were always awful. So if you've played on keyboard, you're already a step ahead for the bongos, so you may as well just get them, have a go. It's worth the time, it's worth the money, it's worth the effort. They're simply amazing. #1 bongo enjoyer right here. If the bongos have 1 million fans, I am one of them. If the bongos have 100 fans, I am one of them. If the bongos have 1 fan, I am him. And if the bongos have no fans, then I must not be on this earth. So Granny there is telling us, oh, you're not a real bongo enthusiast, and it's triggered our alter ego, who's like, yeah, no, we can't play on the bongos. They're not a real controller, and she's gonna get angry at us for even attempting to play this game on bongos in a minute. So just
Supreme bongo hater.
yeah, I may be the #1 bongo. Oh, that's fine. #1 bongo enjoyer, but our alter ego certainly is not. Now you do get your dashes back in the water, but it's so awkward, I'm just going to play it safe. I messed that up. I wanted to do some momentum jank there, but sadly did not get it. So we're now confronting our alter ego to tell her that we are bongo users, we are the best. And she's not very happy, unfortunately, so we just need to be stubborn and keep telling her how good we are. By getting close, she'll bump us away because she's not very happy with us.
She's just jealous that she wasn't very good.
Exactly.
Bongos. Important. Patience is important. Practice.
must have just been under that spike. That's unlucky. I don't know how I avoided that. Just don't question it. There we go.
I did you a favor. You aren't part of the DK crew. That's not a real controller.
She is truly a hater. Oops. That works.
That was.
And then I don't know.
Oh. That was crazy.
Almost a crazy clutch and then just bottled it right at the end. I just forgot that she was firing at me for a second there. No!
That was a tricky cycle.
Oh, it's always annoying. Let's not through this right at the end. There we go. And we are done. Madeline is now converted to a bongo enthusiast, and she will now start helping us out on the final ascent up Celeste. Sorry, not Celeste Mountain. Why would we be climbing Celeste Mountain?
We have been sent down to the bottom, so we kind of need to climb through everything again.
Oh, not yet. So we are going for the summit now. We have 2 dashes, as indicated by Madeline's hair. Instead of being red, it is now pink whenever we touch anything. Let's do this.
Very nice. Didn't think of that.
second. So, as well as just climbing the mountain, we are also going to be revisiting all the different stages that we went through, the chapters we went through earlier. So you should, you should recognize this is chapter 1, except this time, obviously, we have 2 dashes.
The second bongo we needed all along.
Exactly. Let's try and go under it.
Oh, very fast.
And that is the chapter 1 section complete. Really don't want to accidentally go back to the map. Oh, that's sad. That's sad. It's worth saying the bongos were definitely not designed to be played like this, because it's very painful after a while on your fingers and your wrists. I'm not sure why control scheme as ergonomic as the bongos has this issue, because, you know, you don't get this on other controllers, and if the bongos are the best controllers, it doesn't make sense, but I don't know, maybe I'm playing with them wrong. So, off to chapter 3. Oh, just that.
Gotta build up a tolerance to it. The more you play with the bongos, the less it hurts.
That is true. That is true. It has been a hot while since the bongos were utilized, shall we say. They've been sitting on my shelf for the past couple years, just waiting for their magnificent return. I don't know why I tried to beat that. I did the exact same thing. It's fine. We're just enjoying the bongos a little bit longer. Thankfully, even though we're outside, we've actually made amends with the Shiro, so we don't need to worry about him chasing after us anymore. Oh, that's good. And then back to chapter 4 with the nice orbs and clouds.
That's a nice little thing you can do if you, even if you've used a dash and you go through a green transition, you get it back. So you use the steering right there. It just exists for a shortcut, strawberry I mean. But
Almost messed that up. That's fine. Not worried whatsoever. My brain fart. Happens to the best of us.
keep your head in the bongos.
Just alright. And that is the chapter 4 section done. Oh, I don't want to be here.
Do you want some rumble with your bongos?
Let's not do that. There we go.
Take a little secret path here.
Yeah, we're just gonna skip the start of this because I'm lazy. As all monkeys are, apes, whatever.
I assume if you're good enough, it's faster to not skip that. But of course, that would be difficult. Or it might not be. I don't know. I don't speedrun this game.
Nor do I.
There's one A dashless on the bongos next. Doesn't sound like it'd be too difficult, really.
1A dashless.
Yeah, the less inputs, the easier.
Yeah. I'm sure it's possible. You know? Alright,
Wall skip?
not first. Alright, we're gonna get it, we're gonna get it. That's one.
There's one.
So you can make this easier with a demo dash, which gives you a crouching hitbox, but I don't have that on, so we're just going to do it normally.
It's not the DK way.
Not the DK way.
On to final section.
We are finally at the top of the mountain, 3,000 meters. So as you can see, there are 29 checkpoints up this mountain. If we can do all that, then we will have successfully summited. And time finishes once you get to the top of the mountain. Nice and simple.
I think the next logical step for your DK Bongo journey is to climb a mountain in real life and play this game with the bongos on the top of the mountain.
That would be impressive.
Someone donates £5 right now, he'll do it.
Yeah. Oh, I missed it. So downwind makes this section quite awkward, but once we get past it, it's relatively simple. Simply because having to shift into doing an up dash is really annoying. But that is the end of the downwards wind section.
Final stretch, no matter how much your wrists hurt, push through.
I did not catch a word of that.
No matter how much your wrists hurt, push through.
Yeah, my wrists are starting to hurt a little bit. This one is also very annoying because this checkpoint we run out of stamina, and because of the way I've set up the bongos, it is very hard to do a wall jump when you don't have any stamina. So I need to hopefully get to that top bit with a little bit of stamina left just to be able to hold right and then jump off. There we go. There we go. I'm just breaking up deaths. Ugh. There we go. And only 10 more checkpoints remaining before we are done. Oh, I did get that. I thought I was dead. Thankfully, they do come back after a little delay. And we are on 5. Oh, scam. Four. Three. So timer will be coming up once we get to the summit and I lose the ability to control. At 2, I missed. And the last little bit here. No.
Really the hardest part.
Truly the hardest part. Bit with basically no obstacles. And that is time.
GG. We actually did it. I can't believe it.
The view from the top of DK Mountain is as good as they say.
I'm glad I got to see this before I.
It's fine. When WASD ends, you won't be able to talk to me anymore. The converter.
Yeah. I know that we need to go home eventually. But it'll be scary to say bye to the Bongos.
Very sad. It's fine. The Bongos will stay in our hearts. And they're a part of WASD history before, and they will remain.
Yeah, I know. But I'm gonna have to rewatch the VODs.
That's stinky.
And I was just getting used to the wrist pain. I just can't go back to how it was before. Before the Bongos.
I can't go back either.
I believe you. But I'm still nervous. So, now what?
Let's just enjoy WASD's 10th anniversary.
And raise lots of money for charity. I need lots of bananas.
Just for fun. That is it. We'll
I've got a
see.
gift for you, Matt.
We have the banana ready.
Congratulations.
Let's just see how many deaths it was in the end. £142.
Oh,
So that'll be £142 from me. Feel free to match that, please. You know, it's for a good cause. And thanks to everyone at WASD. I hope you enjoyed. I can't hear a word. Oh, yeah, yeah.